here it is, guys. This is a day in the life. Actually, a couple of days in the life.
Our staircases that finished last fall, we got to see those in person. I jumped up and down on them and shook them real good. They're sturdy.
You can buy coffee, you just can't drink it on site. So we brought it to our apartment complex. While we're out in the field, we try and shoot a lot of content for you guys, so you guys can learn and grow from what we're up to.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Because believe it or not, you do not have to do value add on real estate.
It has potential. The price that the owner wants for this property wouldn't make sense for us.
I'm here with Justin, I got Hervé, I got Dave Mitro, and we are headed to Kentucky to go walk a bunch of apartment buildings, some that we own, some that we'd like to own, some that we're about to refinance so we can get great investor returns. So stay tuned, make sure you watch this series, guys. This is gonna be a day in the life of a bunch of apartment building owners, just showing you guys what it's all about.
While Hervé and I were meeting with a broker, you and Dave Mitro were walking Preakness. How did it go?
We spent a lot of money at Preakness since the last time we were here. And so we had to check on the progress of our projects. Our staircases that finished last fall, we got to see those in person. They looked great. We saw a renovated unit. Quality is still there. Quality is just as good as it was a year ago. We saw the new mini splits that we are in the process of doing. We ordered thermostats, or we thought we ordered thermostats to go with those, but apparently they did not make it into the unit. Ask open-ended questions. Good one. You don't know where that conversation is going to go, but the more open-ended you are, the better quality of answer you're going to get.
Here's one. Ask your property manager, what would you do if you owned the property? They love answering those questions. You know, a lot of them aspire to own, one day. We're in a situation now where we're about to refi and we have additional CapEx projects we'd like to do. So who better to ask than the person that is there every day?
Some people think that when you buy an apartment building, that you buy it, renovate it, and then you just cash flow forever and never have to do any further renovations. But we're actually about to refinance the Preakness, and because we'll probably own it for around another 5 years, right? Big tip is when you refi, make sure you take some of your refi proceeds. Don't just give all of it back to your investors. Don't put it all in your pocket. Keep some of it in company coffers for future CapEx, because the properties are going to need things. Just had a great broker meeting. We were going to meet him for coffee at Starbucks, but then
COVID shut it down.
You could buy coffee, you just can't drink it on site.
Mm-hmm.
We got a broker on short notice to have coffee with us.
My tip is, listen, if you can call ahead of time and set up that meeting, great. But my tip specifically, though, is going to be, have a list of apartments that you want to take a look at.
We sat down, we threw Hervé's list out, and he's like, oh yeah, I sold that one to that guy. Right. He's not going to sell. And we came up with a few properties that could be real deal opportunities. There's a few deals on that list we might be able to either approach the current owners that are maybe in trouble and work out a joint venture deal with them. While we're out in the field, we try and shoot a lot of content for you guys, so you guys can learn and grow from what we're up to. So Justin and Dave are about to go shoot a video in here.
We have a unit we have not touched. We have a unit that a contractor is working on right now, and we have a unit that's done.
Yeah.
So we're gonna tell the story, what we look for, the in progress, and show you what our beautiful end result looks like.
For those of you guys that are either producing your own content now or that are looking to produce content or like we do in the future, you really got to just look at something and say, what's an interesting conversation that folks may want to have with me, right?
Yep.
This is good information. You look to see turns, look to see where money gets spent in apartments and things like that. We've been on site all day. Hervé and I had a good workout this morning. Justin, Dave, and I came up with a great incentive program to offer the Cross Keys and Woodridge staff about getting us up to a net operating income, NOI point, to where we can refinance a property, which has been our goal.
We got to walk a lot of units, and we got to see areas that have not been as paid tight attention to as they should be. Anyone who comes to the property every day, property manager, maintenance guys, you develop a little bit of a blind spot.
They just don't see certain things.
Yeah, so us coming in, it's very helpful to say, oh wait, hey look.
This is just such a good example of that, because it's just some things that we saw. They're like, oh yeah, that has been like that for a little bit. And we noticed the common areas need a little more cleaning, so we're going to turn up the frequency of cleaning in the common areas. You own multifamily, you really can't go hands off and expect your property manager to run the whole thing, because A, they're not going to love it like you do, and second, they're not going to have the same set of eyes that you do on properties. We're about to go walk a unit that got absolutely train wrecked by the tenant. We want to show you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is a tenant that was chasing the staff around with a machete.
He's known as the machete guy. That should be all you really need to know.
Machete man. Just walked into the property.
Couldn't be more different. the layout, tenant makeup, hardly any amenities in these properties.
When you tour properties, the brokers got their thoughts on what
And
the
their
property,
agenda,
but understand
yeah.
the broker's agenda is out to sell the deal. Here's what's interesting though. The site manager that we talked to, who I respect, believes that this property is at the top of the market with regards to rents that they can get.
Right.
She said, listen, you gotta do a few things, make the property shine a little bit, but you're not gonna go getting big rent bumps. This is a stable property. It's gonna stay stable, and you really just gotta knock out some deferred maintenance.
89% occupancy, collections were good. So as a potential buyer, you have to ask yourself, okay, how much more, is left to squeeze in the sponge?
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, you do not have to do value add on real estate. You can just get in cash flow, but if you can't squeeze the sponge any further, then at the end of the day, the property needs to make money the day you buy it. It's got a cash flow.
Yeah.
This property we just saw, they're getting the same rents on renovated units and non-renovated units.
Yes.
It's just the market's yielding what the market's yielding. They're at the top. What we would need to analyze here is, does the property make a suitable cash flow for our liking today? You got to know your business plan, and talking to site staff is a huge way to get your head around that business plan. So we're gonna go look at one more property. This is maybe not even an acquire. This is maybe partner with the current owners. I'll tell you guys more about that. Stay tuned. Total property is off the market. You got 2 tips. Here's what off the market really means. Oh, I want an off the market dealer. It means there is likely a seller that is one of 2 things. They've either said, hey, I'm in a little bit of distress here. I need to keep this quiet. That's the deal you want. What we just saw is a broker who went out fishing to try and find a listing, contacted an owner and said, hey man, what would it take for you to sell your complex? And he was kind of, it's like, well, I bought it for $30,000 a unit. If you can get me $60,000 a unit, I will sell it. So the broker treats that like a real listing. They'll be like, oh, I got an off the market deal. And they walk around and they're selling something that's drastically overpriced. And that is what we just saw. When a broker tells you, or anyone tells you they have an off the market deal, it's important to ask some questions and find out, why is it off the market? Why wouldn't they just go put it on the market?
So it's a 236 unit apartment complex. There's absolutely no uniformity amongst the buildings. One building was painted blue, another was painted brown, another one was brick.
I and Hervé pointed it out. It's like, hey, is that building part of the complex?
Exactly.
Like, that building's got a different name on it. They're
They
like,
never took the
oh
name
yeah,
off the
we gotta
building."
take that sign down.
It's been there for years. For me, it was educational because we know the company that is the property manager for this property that we just saw. We know that this property manager has put out some really, really quality work in managing properties throughout Lexington. And they manage this property as well, but you can tell there's a huge difference between properties that they manage with a lot of great quality and a lot of great service versus this one. And you can't blame that property manager, you blame the owner. This is an owner of this property we just saw that just has refused to put any kind of capital to improve either the interior of the units or the exterior.
Deferred maintenance is something y'all need to pay attention to. So Dave, real quick, talk us through what you saw.
Well, let's start out first with pests. I think we saw 3 units, and I think we probably saw a few cockroaches in each one. We had a lot of paint that was peeling, chipped. Flooring didn't feel level in a lot of the units.
Yep.
So when those things start to add up, that's just what you can see. Obviously, there's a lot that you can't see as well.
Dave, what were your overall thoughts on the complex?
It has potential, but the price that the owner wants for this property wouldn't make sense for us. And because he's not distressed, he's not desperate, not likely that he's willing to come down.
All right, guys, so that's it. Phenomenal stuff. Looked at apartment buildings, looked at stuff that we own. This is the real life. Actually, 2 days in the life.
Yeah.
But the day in the life that Justin, me, Dave, Hervé, our whole team live, apartment building owners, this is what it's like. If you guys want to be apartment building owners too, you guys need to smash that subscribe button so you can subscribe to this channel. Hear about all the cool stuff that we're up to. Make sure you like this video as well. Justin, final thoughts. Bring it home.
Good trip, man. Get out to your properties. Don't let it go too long. You got to get out there.
God.
There he is.
Sorry.
Got
Taking
you.
directions,
I got you.
talking tips.
I got you. We're gonna turn there, but everybody missed it. There he is.
Dude, we're supposed to turn there?
Yeah.
You know,
Where do you think we were going, man?
To-
We're
to-
going
to
to
dinner.
Preakness. From the guns. There it is.
Ready to go.
You're right.
Got my hammer.
Don't talk about guns in an airport.
I know he's up to no good.
Man, what do you got? Quick tip.
You can take it.
Yeah.